Hallo almal. Ons is hier by 'n baie opwindende uitstalling in Kyalami en dit word genoem die Plant Powered Show. Dit gaan oor wonderlike nuwe, hoë kwaliteit, innoverende plantgebaseerde produkte. Hulle het hier nuwe produkte wat hulle bekendstel. Mens kan inkopies doen en jy kan van die vars nuwe happies wat hulle het ook proe. Daar is ook toesprake en praatjies oor gesondheid, wat om te eet, wat om nie te doen nie, vitamiene wat 'n mens kan neem en natuurlik die beste van alles, hulle het meesterklasse wat hulle ook aanbied. Soos ek gesê het, ons is hier by 'n baie opwindende uitstalling by die Kyalami International Convention Center en ons is so gelukkig om die volgende gaste saam met ons te hê. Welkom aan Tannie Letsie en Tannie Annie. Tannie Letsie, vertel vir ons, wat is Tannie se eerste indrukke?
Dit is absoluut wat ek nie verwag het nie. Dis groot, dis vars en dis heerlik. Dit gee jou die atmosfeer of jy in die lughawe is. En almal is vriendelik en is wonderlik en ek is so bevoorreg om hier te wees.
Absoluut. En ek sal graag wil hê dat Tannie Annie ook Tannie se indrukke vir ons moet deel.
Dit is vir my fantasties om by so 'n expo te wees. Al die interessante goed wat jy sien en ek is so bly hulle gaan verder met plant-based in ons land. Want ons het dit baie nodig en vir gesondheid en vir ons well-being.
We are so fortunate to have a fellow Adventist with us with the name of Sue. This lovely lady is called Sue and she's got a wonderful, beautiful exhibition going here. Sue, would you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself, where you are from and the products that you have?
Okay, thank you so much. Hi everyone, so my name is Sue Granger and I'm a Seventh-day Adventist as well. And this is my company. It's called Nubian Q Urban Boutique Farms. We started as a teaching garden and we've grown into farming. But as a teaching garden, we actually do teach people the health message of growing things naturally, and we concentrate mostly on relieving Mother Nature, basically, of all the bashing that we have done to her. So we do something called restoration gardening, and we try and grow crops that doesn't take too much energy out of the ground.
Sue, would you please tell us what kind of plant are you holding in your hands?
So because we are a teaching garden, we do have a seed bank of our own. So we created a seed bank of all the seeds that we grow. All we have to do is harvest them, dry them. With this one, this is called a ground apple. And I think it originates from Argentina and all those Americas. And it tastes like an apple, but it grows in the ground. It grows like a sunflower plant, and I've never ever seen it in the shops yet. But we're trying to spread the love. This is actually seeds that you can grow yourself. Easy to grow. You just put it in the ground and leave it and let it do its thing. And the fruit that comes out of here can be also this big.
Sue, so if I understand you correctly, that this is the seed or the fruit, please just give me clarity.
So this is the seeds that comes out of the fruit. We've already harvested it. So it leaves all these, so all you do is you break it like that and then you plant it. And next year you will have a bulb like this with the seeds, but including the fruit as well.
That is utterly, utterly amazing. I have never seen this plant. Sue, would you mind giving us your contact detail?
I will do. So we are on Instagram actively and on Facebook as Nubian Q Urban Patch on both the platforms, and we also have an email address but mostly we are on Instagram and all our details will be.
Sue, would you mind spelling that Instagram address. And then if there is a WhatsApp contact number, would you mind giving that to us as well?
Okay. So it's spelled NUBINQURBAN Patch PATCH. That's it. and our WhatsApp number is +27 076 542 8778.
Sue, thank you very much. This was extremely interesting and God bless you. And please come and visit us sometime at Adventist Radio Pretoria.
Thank you so much. If you invite me, I would definitely come. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just to give you a bit of context, I just had a sneaky piece of chocolate. It's so good. Mike from Africa is going to tell you what you're using, but just to the right, just on the left, on the corner, was their chocolate. It is yummy, deliciousness. So, before we get into Mike and I hand over to him, I want to hand over to Greg, who's going to introduce Mike. Is that cool? Those of you that don't know Greg, he's a foraging chef. I'll say that again, a foraging chef. Who knows what a foraging chef is? The clever people. Nice.
Wat het die chef gesê is die effek wat die sout het as jy dit by die sjokolade sit?
Die sout vat die bitterheid weg en bring die soetigheid van die sjokolade na vore.
En Tannie, vertel ons asseblief van die spesifieke neut wat jy gaan gebruik.
Die marula neut is 'n ou ancient neut wat ons nie eens van geweet het nie. Hy's creamy, hy's lekker sag en creamy. En ons gaan nou sjokolade maak met die neut in.
So die neut is dan afkomstig van die amarula vrug, nee, dis korrek. Dis in die pit word die neut ontgin.
Dit word in die pit gehou tot die pit baie droog is en dan word hy gekap en dan word die neut uitgehaal.
Stephen, if you give us some music, that'll be lekker.
It's on 3. As I put it higher 6.
Tannie Annie, vertel gou vir ons, die chef het nou net weer hier kom wys hoe lyk sy sjokolade. Vertel vir ons presies hoekom het hy dit gedoen?
Hy het vir ons kom wys dit is hoe ons sjokolade moet lyk, loop.
En hoe moet dit lyk wanneer hy nou reg is en hy begin smelt? Hoe lyk dit?
Loperig en blink en
ja, hy kry so glans, nê. Nee. En die reuk is absoluut ongelooflik, nê. Nee.
Fantasties, hoor. Fantasties.
So teen hierdie tyd het julle nou die vanille bygesit en die sout, nê, nee, maar nog nie die neute nie.
Nog nie die neute nie.
Tannie Letsie, verduidelik vir ons wat het nou gebeur met hierdie wonderlike resep.
Kyk, die neute moet nou heeltemal gemeng word.
Is dit moeilik? Want hy lyk vir my of hy moeilik meng.
Nee. Maar elke neutjie moet sjokolade kry.
Ek verstaan. Mense, hierdie reuk is absoluut ongelooflik lekker. Tannie Letsie, hierdie lyk soos koningskos. Praat ek die waarheid?
Ja, ek praat. En ons kraal.
Tannie Annie,
Ek kan net sê fantasties.
ek stem saam. Ek kan nie wag om hierdie te proe nie. Greg, would you mind telling us exactly how did you get into the plant-based business?
So I'm a natural forager by trade. So over the past 15 years, it's something very passionate to me. I felt that there is a different way that we should be eating our food, consuming our food, more better ways for conscious living, and being in touch with the culture, the land, the people, and the way our food comes from. Started transforming the way that I started thinking about food.
And that's a much more healthy approach to our holistic well-being as human beings, I suppose.
Absolutely, because natural food comes from natural formed ecosystems.
Would you mind telling us where are you currently based, your home base?
So currently I live in Kleinmond, which is just outside of Manus. It's in the Kogelberg biosphere. It is a biodiversity hotspot, and I'm currently executive chef of the Le Residence Kitchen up in Franschhoek. And I'm very blessed to be there because both of them have some beautiful stories to tell and a lot of botanicals and a lot of indigenous foods that one can find within those regions.
You're indeed very, very blessed. Greg, would you mind sharing contact details with our viewers?
Sure. So I've got a website. It's called the Wild Food Revolution. You can get onto the website by going www.wfr.co.za.
And any contact numbers, and can we find you on Instagram or WhatsApp?
Yeah, so I've got a very active Instagram profile. I've got probably about 33,000 followers on my Instagram profile, and you must look for the Forage Chef. And then please do follow me. And then all my contact details are all on my website. You can buy my books. You can get in contact with a whole bunch of ingredients that I've identified. So all the information is online.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We are visiting the Kyalami International Convention Center at the Plant Powered Show. And will you believe that we met up with a wonderful friend, Mrs. Connie Pennican. Connie, so happy to see you here. Now, would you please tell our viewers, introduce yourself and tell us where you are working and how did you end up at the Plant Powered Show?
So I work at the Northern Conference of South Africa for Seventh-day Adventists, and I do lots of cooking demos. I do lots of talks on non-communicable diseases, and so I happened to see it on Facebook, but I also heard about it from a friend, and that is how I ended up here, because cardiovascular diseases is our #1 killer globally, and you only find saturated fats in animal products. Hence the reason I wanted to come here. But it's amazing how many people are interested in their health that are not Seventh-day Adventists. So as Adventists, we have a greater responsibility to share the amazing health message that we've been given as a church.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Connie, please tell us, what is your impression of this year's Plant Powered Show?
So I really think that it's well done. It's the first time it's being done in Johannesburg.
Tell us, did you join any masterclasses or special demonstrations?
I did. And they made so much with sorghum and beans that are grown locally. I met farmers, I met chefs. And the amazing thing is that we don't have to import any products to cook amazing food. So they have taught us how to use local products to make the best and the healthiest food.
Absolutely, and that is fantastic, the learning curve that we experience here. Connie, if you want to leave one message, a special message for the audience, what would it be?
Please don't miss another show like this, and also embrace our health message, and your health is your responsibility.
Amen to that. Thank you so much for your time, Connie. Thank you. So we are still visiting at the Plant Powered Show here in Kyalami at the ICC Center, and we just met up with Jared. Jared, I want to ask you, why plant-based? Tell me, and also tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself, where you're from and what you do.
Thanks. So my name is Jared Rattenberg. I live in Cape Town. Absolutely beautiful. However, I actually used to live between Joburg and Cape Town, and I love them equally. So I want every chance I get to be up here. I love it. I'd grab it. And I was part of the Plant Powered Show in Cape Town a couple of weeks ago, and they said, "Will you come to Joburg?" And I said, "Of course." And it's been a fascinating journey for me.
So, sorry to interrupt you. If you say they asked you, who are you talking about? Who invited you up here?
Excellent question. So I work as a journalist, writing for publications, a little bit of TV presenting, so really out in the media space, but all over the country. And a team who are looking after the public relations in Cape Town said, would you come and be our media liaison officer almost? Because I know a lot of the journalists and the TV presenters and some of the chefs, so I just make sure everybody's happy. So I didn't approach it from a vegan or from a plant-based perspective. However, it's been interesting for me to interact with the exhibitors and to go on some of the demos and see what's happening in the plant context in South Africa.
Tell me, what specifically really made a good impression on you? You say you attended some of the presentations and so forth. What really interested you? Have you done any tastings? Tell us more about that.
At the heart of it, I think the word is innovation. I think when I've approached the thought of vegetarian dining or vegan dining in the past, it's been, let's be honest, it's been dry, it's roast, butternut, and guacamole. And so what I've seen in the industry is just this thriving innovation where I'll eat something and I'll be, what on earth is this? Or rather, to be honest, what in heaven is this? Because it's really, it feels divinely inspired.
You're absolutely correct. The tastes are absolutely heavenly. I just tasted some of the vegan cheese. I have never tasted cheese like that. You must please go and taste it, but I suppose you already have.
I already have, and so I keep some of these products in my home now. And the brilliant thing is that I cook tofu in different ways. I use some of the Fairview cheeses, exactly, and some. So I buy the base tofu, and then what I do is I pan fry it for 10 minutes in garlic and chili, and keep turning, almost like you would, like with bacon, cook it in the same way. And then I incorporate it into my soup, into a salad. And friends are always like, this is delicious, what is this? And I tell them it's tofu. And they're like, no, but tofu is rubber and it's tasteless. But it's how you do it. Or here's another tip. Take the block of it and bake it in the oven for half an hour. And just towards some olive oil, but towards the end, put some, sweet chili sauce. And then you use that with crackers instead of cream cheese. So, but all of these little tips and things I've learned here at the show, and I've watched what they've been doing and thinking, I can incorporate these elements to the point now where I'll have hosted a dinner party and it'll all be vegan, but I won't even mention it. And sometimes guests won't even know.
I just wanted to mention that, when you cook tastefully, using oils and spices cleverly, people won't even be able to distinguish. And I think personally that it's better and it's much more healthy if we can try and get away from excessive meat use.
Exactly. So I suppose at the heart of plant-powered is exactly that, saying how can we bring together people from within this context, but from very different disciplines. That's the authors, the chefs, the foragers, the producers. I mean, we've got people here who may have machinery, and bring everyone together under one roof and say, let's push this forward and say we're not just the ones who make roast but
Absolutely. That is supremely inspiring. So, Jared, I assume that you're going to attend the whole weekend?
Indeed. So I'll be part of the next 3 days here, 8 hours a day from morning till evening. And it's fantastic because I work with Get to Meet the Media. And what you're asking me is what I ask many of the media also. And I say to them, are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? What's your purpose in being here? What have you found interesting from today? And it's fascinating hearing the stories.
So the interviewer is now becoming the interviewed.
You've caught me out there, but yes, it's exactly that. It's hearing interesting stories, being inspired by the innovation, and going, hey, how can I live cleaner, better, cleaner, and healthier?
So tell me, one last question: what would your message to your friends be after attending this show?
Would be to be brave enough to experiment. People love trying new restaurants, they love trying new recipes, and so my advice to them is be experimental. Go online, research some vegan recipes and try one of them, even if it's just going to be the starter.
Or the delicious tofu that you told us about.
Well, there we go. Gosh, now you got me to be interviewed and to give out my secrets. You really.
And you shared a delicious recipe. Jared, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.